Hi guys, good evening. Welcome back once again to The Edward. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I'll be discussing what I thought of that very good episode of AMC's The Terror. A new episode just dropped a few minutes ago, and it was interesting. It was, it certainly just goes to show you that shit does not stop hitting the fan no matter how hard life may get for you. Now, before I begin, of course, please be warned that this is a spoiler-filled episode review. Again, if you're not caught up on The Terror by this episode or the past couple episodes, do not keep watching or listening, as I will be going into spoilers. So, you have been warned. That being said, good episode. Very, very good episode. We got, one of my favorite characters got a lot of screen time, and that's Captain Francis Crozier. It's interesting because now he is reluctantly the new captain, and ironically he's in charge, but he's now captain of a ship under the circumstances he probably wish he wasn't captain of a ship, and they're stuck in the middle of nowhere. Their resources are dwindling, the men are getting restless and hysterical, and they still keep getting picked off left and right. Like, one guy had the top of his head torn off, another man was pulled off the ship, and then a young man who's with Crozier while searching for the other man got killed as well. And it's just several other men have died now, and this thing is stalking and hunting them, and things are getting bad on the ship. And this, what I liked about this episode is that Crozier honestly has the best intentions. He is trying to keep his men safe and in line. And by doing so, he has punished the three men who disregarded the chain of command, and they went out and captured Lady Silence themselves, the Eskimo woman. Excuse me, the Inuit woman. And by punishing them publicly in front of all the other men, he is sending a message that we may be fighting for our lives, but we still have a chain of command, and we still got to respect rank and the rules, which is exactly why he sentenced them all to their lashes, or their lashings, I guess we should say. Because, he's got a responsibility. He's got to look out for his men, and that includes, unfortunately, being a disciplinarian now and then. Because I don't think he got any enjoyment out of it. I don't think anybody did, not even the guy who's doing the lashes. And, this episode was a good reminder that he is trying to keep things in order while they try to figure out what the hell is going on and how they're going to get out of this. The thing I really liked about this episode, the opening scene especially, is that we see John Franklin's widow and his niece preparing to appeal to the Admiralty about sending out a rescue operation. And it's just so sad because you could tell how much this woman is concerned for her husband's safe return. And it just breaks your heart because you know that we know as the viewers that he's dead. He died in the last episode. But obviously she doesn't know that, and she wants to go mount like a rescue mission to go get him back, get all the men back. And it's just so damn tragic when you hear her passionate pleas and conviction on mounting a rescue op. And you just know it's going to be for nothing because, of course, her husband is dead, and chances are most of these men are going to die before this show is over. And there was something that caught my attention right before she made the appeal to the Admiralty. If you noticed, Sophia, the captain's niece, was looking at a portrait of Francis and a portrait of James, the younger captain who's second in command. After looking at the younger captain, she turns to her aunt and she says, "Auntie, I've made a mistake." And she's about to reveal or confess something, but she's cut off right when they're called in to speak to the Admiralty. And then later in the episode, a drunken Francis reveals that the reason he's on this voyage was to keep an eye on John Franklin in the first place, because he promised his niece that he would keep an eye on him, and now he's failed at that. So now, not only is he a reluctant captain, but now he is adding unnecessary amounts of guilt to himself. He feels guilty about Sir John's death. He feels guilty about the young man who was with him when they were searching for the other guy, how he left him behind. And now he's drinking himself like crazy. It doesn't help the fact that he's Irish. But, you know, it's just like this episode was just a prime example of how things are just continuously getting worse. Like, they are getting worse at an alarming speed. Several men have died. One of them is badly wounded. Fights are breaking out, and it's like damn near hysteria, if not already total hysteria. You know, there's been a break in the chain of command, men disobeying their commanding officers. But, you know, hopefully the lashing scared the rest of the sailors into obeying the captain and the other officers for the rest of the show, or at least for a couple of episodes. And I'm sure once shit starts hitting the fan again, which I'm sure it will very quickly, you know, that the breakdown in rank and the chain of command will be made very clear. But yeah, this was a good episode. Even though we didn't see a whole lot of monster attack action, we did get a glimpse of the thing, and it looks like it can walk either upright or it can walk on four legs. And when it walks on four legs, it resembles or looks like a polar bear. It's not a polar bear, but perhaps this thing is like a demonic, more nastier version of a polar bear, but with different facial features and possibly larger canines. And then obviously sharper claws, because it tore that one guy in half. It was actually two guys that he took the upper and lower torso and stacked them together. That was pretty nasty, but pretty cool. And it just showed you the immense strength, the power this thing has. And now the sailors are starting to realize we're not dealing with a polar bear. There's something else out there, and this Inuit woman probably knows what it is. Even though I didn't agree with their methods of obtaining her and bringing her back to the ship, I understand why they want to question her. But it also pleases me to see that Francis, you know, while keeping his drinking off to the side, is still trying to be a captain, trying to keep his men safe, and trying to keep this woman safe, because he doesn't want to antagonize or vilify her. He just wants information, answers from her, because she probably knows what that thing is. And especially if she was in communion with that thing, as Hickey claimed, you know, it just, hopefully she'll be able to help him if she chooses to. And she has every reason not to help them. So it'll be interesting to see what her role will be in episodes to come. So very, very good episode. Really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Like I said, even though it's a horrible situation for our characters, I love how things are going from bad to worse, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me for another episode review of The Terror. Thank you so much for watching. Don't go too far, as soon as I've uploaded this video, I will be doing a reaction video to a new movie trailer for the upcoming blockbuster summer film The Meg, also featuring a nasty beast. More on that later. If you guys are coming back, excuse me, pardon me, be sure excuse me, be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on everything on the Edward, and for more episode reviews like this one. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of the night, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.